That shit was a little violent.
Yeah. All right, so this is what happened, right? I was looking through analytics the other day, and I'm like, all right, man, like, we took the week off again. The pod, Dave had some dental problems that he has to work out, so he's not here.
Yeah, we know Dave is in the world, but we don't know where.
Where on earth is Carmen San Dave Vallejo?
It almost worked. I'm going to give it to you.
All right. So I was looking through YouTube analytics, and I was trying to, just understand more about how YouTube does what they do.
I'm going to make it do what it do, baby.
And really, and what they do in relation to people like us who take things and throw it up there, and then they create algorithms and put it in certain places. And I didn't really get much insight into that.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to give you any of that.
But what I learned was the views we get from impressions.
Advertising Carmen. I mean, it's my shit, but
the views we get from impressions, right? It's they put it as the video that they suggest to watch, whatever the case is, all the tags that we use, just whatever the however they put us in there, people find us, right? Some of those people decide to go ahead and click play on that, and we appreciate the fact that you're doing that, but don't go anywhere yet, right? So they say that we lose those viewers. When we lose them, the majority of the time they're gone after 4 minutes. So that is our window.
We're already past that.
We have 4 minutes. That's why I told you I'm not sure if I'm putting it up there or not, where I'm going to start it yet. But anyway, we have 4 minutes to captivate an audience.
So this
keep
could be
them
the like a pre-recorded and then jump right back into that other thing, because that was pretty funny too, I think.
Yeah. See what's happening.
Are you mad I won't let you sniff my jacket? Nasty.
I think he's just mad that like we've been gone. Every time Sunday is like the day where all the holidays happen. So today's Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day.
Yo, happy Mother's Day, man.
And because they do this to us, shout out to all the single fathers out there.
Is it appropriate to say happy motherfucking day? I don't think so. I think that's like a whole nother day.
But that's the kind of
that's the day you're
that's
like.
what got this day.
So
that's what started this shit.
So that's when Father's Day should be, right? Technically,
the first day that you
happy motherfucking day.
The first day,
and then it's Happy Mother's Day 9 months.
So technically, your birthday, right, as the oldest, would be Father's Day.
This has gone too complicated.
Yeah, I don't even know really why I came up with that part, but
so anyway, back to analytics and why we'll never get you guys to stay.
Yeah. So we have 4 minutes essentially to grab the audience's attention and be like, "Yo, this is what we're about." I think we almost should start the pod explaining every pod what we do. As a podcast.
I think that's true. Probably next week. Listen.
No, it's easy enough. Listen, we're the Seinfeld of podcast. Those who know, and those who don't know,
podcast
don't know.
About nothing, bro.
We pod about what we feel like podding about.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to have rhyme or reason.
And the name is about.
And the name of the pod
is Kiona and Kasson, which is not him and I, motherfuckers.
No, yeah, that's true.
I feel like there's a strong misconception out there that we are Kiona and Kasson.
We usually don't introduce the pod within the first 4 minutes, too. That's another problem. We are Adam and Osama. The name of the show is in the likeness of our cross streets.
Yeah, the streets we grew up on and the intersection we grew up on. That's what that is.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, don't look to be like, well, which one is Kiona and which one is Kasson. That's not the case.
I mean, it's cool. Listen, if I ever had kids, I might consider naming them one of those streets.
Nah.
But I say if I ever, which is probably never.
But true or not, I don't think I would use those names. I'd find something else.
Yeah, you know what the problem with that is that then their initials are K, and then God knows what the middle one is, but it ain't gonna be.
No, we don't want no parts of that.
Nah,
find something more like ethnic and strong.
Yeah, we gotta.
I had to
find a good Arab name.
I've had to walk around with Osama for 36 fucking years.
Well, but would you do that to your kid?
Hell no. But I would find a name that was equally as strong.
Okay, like what?
Akbar. No, I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, you could.
No, that's not. I don't like that name so much.
Stop it, Aki.
I feel like Akbar is like a middle name. Stephen Akbar Gomez.
I don't know
like a whole
because
Spanish and Arab person.
If I was better at this whole being Arab thing, I would know what the exact translation of Allahu Akbar is, and I don't know what the Akbar part stands for. So, like, I'm sure. That's the problem. When you get into like the names, the Arab names, a lot of them are associated with a religion.
Well, my name means lion or lion-like.
Probably lion-like. They probably knew it was foreshadowing. Like this motherfucker gonna think he can fight a lion.
Listen, that was a while ago, though I do maintain
You
that.
watched enough Survivor, man. Now you saw how he felt yesterday watching a tiger.
Dude, he was afraid for his
that
life.
motherfucker was like, "There's tigers in this area."
God damn it, we're never going to be able
I
to
can hear the
introduce this
deers.
pod
I
correctly.
can hear the deers barking, and when they bark, it's only a sign.
Firstly, I never heard a deer bark before
No, me
in my
neither.
life.
I didn't know that's how you describe any noises that they make.
God damn it. All right, introduce the
All right.
podcast.
Welcome, everybody, impression viewers, so returning subscribers, people who are returning but are not subscribed, people who are subscribed that haven't came back to watch another show.
I think you got to find a better way to put this. Like this,
No,
that's a lot of words just to say a few things.
But I'm welcoming.
Subscribed, unsubscribed, new, not
I'm
new.
welcoming
Thank y'all, motherfuckers.
I'm welcoming everybody, but you always see we're back to the culture where you interrupt my introductions, and it really doesn't help it at all. It's just as bad as not introducing.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as your introduction.
No, I think people would dispute that. Anyway, welcome everybody to the show. This is episode number 135 of the Kiona and Kasson podcast. I made sure to check that
You still
before we
ain't
did
put
that this time.
fucking who we be as a beginning. So you put that on, and we put that on while we're saying
It's great
who
that
we
you have
are.
those ideas. Well, like
I've
even-
given you this before.
but while we're here, you
I
got to
said,
tell me
"Dun-dun,
when you're not
dun-dun,
here and remind me.
dun-dun, dun-dun. They don't know. Do it. I can't do it because I lost my voice on the fucking.
You can't
this
do it
trip.
when you.
Yeah, I bet
when
you I
didn't
could.
lose your voice.
The roaches, the rats, the dogs, the cats, the mamas, the daddies, the babies, the caddies, Cadillacs.
He named a lot of things. It's a great song.
It is. But either way, that's
in
what
peace,
you should
DMX.
have as the beginning for us next time.
Well, listen, man. Remind me when
But
we're
not
not
the
on
lyrics,
the
because
show.
I'm pretty certain we'll get flagged.
So then we have to do every introduction in that beat.
With
again,
no,
that-
we'll just we should just do the beat with
What we're saying is, welcome to Kiona. You know, we have to do that.
No,
like,
dude, I'm talking about put
they
the
got
beat down. And
well,
then
what's the
over
point
it.
of having the beat without the words, and we're not going to do it in the right? You know what I
If
mean?
you know about,
Not it's a stupid idea.
if you know about who we be, both of us and the song.
I just get the part where he's like, nah, 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 nah.
That's what I'm saying. And then you can just talk over that.
Because he does that for like 5 minutes at the end.
Can you imagine how he probably just did one loop and they just looped it for the rest of it? Like they were like,
I don't know, man. I think he was probably in the studio just having a ball. Like,
You don't think he bar looped
got
that
a blunt
shit
in
and
his
that
hand
was
and
it?
just was like, no, I don't.
Oh man, DMX did that beat for fucking 5 minutes straight.
I think he did. I wish I had somebody who like I can reference and ask him about this story, but I'm pretty positive.
We have nobody.
No, we have not a
Who
single
the
person.
fuck would we reference? You
We
talking
barely
about-
have a subscriber.
Are you
We're gonna
saying
have
are you saying that if you were Nori
if I can
or
go
Joe,
in, no, if
like
I
just
could go
into
in,
your phone and be like, I'm gonna call this motherfucker. And
yeah.
we were talking like Barack, and you got his number.
Whoever
just
the fuck
randomly?
was in the studio with X at the time, yo, did he do the entire part?
I would
Or did you
have that
loop
would
it?
have to be what Swiss Beats more than likely, right?
Probably, but I don't think that he would just loop that. He was like, you think he just went, no, all right, wrap that up. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, okay, maybe he did it for like 16.
I don't know, man.
Because there is a inflection certain times that it goes up. a little.
Yeah, I'm
I
telling
mean,
you.
but you
just
can
think,
end the song in that way.
but as an artist, getting into your own shit is important. I think he was probably just in there like,
I feel like there's absolutely no way DMX did that beat for the whole duration of that song.
no, not the whole duration, but at the end, after like the song, after the last word of the last verse is done,
Yeah.
right? The beat rides for like another, I don't know, 40, 50 seconds
That's what I'm
at the end.
saying.
And
Like,
it's him
so
just,
you saying he did that for that? I don't know. I'm skeptical.
I would have to listen to
That's all I'm
it
saying.
carefully and see if I could tell like a difference in his.
I told you there's there's times where there's different inflections, but maybe he only
I don't know why we would think it was hard. I don't know why it would be hard for you to believe that he
it's
would.
4 minutes, man. It's a lot of danettes.
I don't think that he did that for the full 4 minutes. What I'm saying is just at the end, because after the verses are over, that's how the song ends with him just like nah.
So I'll give you that he probably did that part, and maybe the first 16 of the beginning of the song, and then he looped that.
No, I don't think the rest of the song has that in there. Like the beat did that, and at the end he carried it on his own. That's why I think it was
we're
just
gonna
him.
get nowhere with this. Anyway, so welcome back.
Yeah, bottom line.
So we weren't here last week. We were here the week before it.
it's true.
So we weren't here last week. I wasn't here specifically. I
It
was
was
on.
a full party that week. Then me and Dave were supposed to pod.
Yeah, I don't, and that's why we're saying
Dave and I for the
we
group-
really have
the grammar
no
police.
idea where Dave is right now. We understood he has some teeth things going on.
But he was also supposed to be on vacation. I
Yeah,
think.
so he
So-
might be on vacation with some teeth shit going on.
That's true. It could be both.
Well, either way, we haven't heard from him.
Nope.
And that's all we got there. But we
Shout out to Dave. You know?
we didn't pod because I was also out of town in Mexico.
Yeah.
I was in Cancun for 5 nights. I gotta say, it was
Motherfucker became a. Listen, man, we took a year vacation, not a year vacation, a year break, a year hiatus that we couldn't pod, and in that time, Sam came back a traveling motherfucker apparently. So
that's what they call me, traveling motherfucker. But no,
it's TMF.
that's what they call you on the basketball court. Oh,
That's not true.
That's what I'll call you for now, at least. That's my
But-
story.
I haven't. No.
Anyway, so yeah, so I was gone. I had a fucking beautiful time out there. Me and Vivi, we chilled out there for a minute. I swear it was just my voice is still kind of raspy. We got back on Thursday, like 1 a.m. Thursday, and it was just beautiful, man. Beautiful weather. It's hard to come back, but we weren't here because I wasn't here, and Dave and Adam didn't get the chance to pod.
Right.
So we're here today. We spent Mother's Day with moms.
Yep. Shout out my.
We were there in the beginning of the day, about 4 or 5 hours, kicked it with them,
Shout out.
and eventually got back here to do the pod.
Like right now.
Yeah, and I would say that I truly, truly miss Mexico.
Yeah, I need to get on vacation soon, man.
It was a good time. I've been
I'm
telling you,
long overdue.
this podcast is now documented and me bitching at you talking about getting
The
this
funny
fucking
thing is, though, you don't have to tell me that because
I know, but it's documented
I
now.
literally spent years telling you, "Yo, why don't you travel?"
But I had a passport.
Remember in that Kanye skit when he was like, "Dad, why don't you work?" And he just kept learning. Like,
I was not in school. I was not in school. But no, listen, I get it. And I tell Vivi all the time, but I'm like, she also created a monster at this point because I don't even want to be here right now doing this podcast.
yo, of course, this is not a secret. Anybody who's ever traveled and like did a vacation on a beach, they feel the exact same way.
Yo,
I'd much rather be there than here. Why the fuck am I back here?
the food was fucking great. The fact there was just alcohol everywhere. We drank from fucking.
As is typical with all
They handed me a beer. I think they handed me a Corona when we were checking in, and again I didn't stop drinking. And from Friday at 3 p.m. to probably the next Wednesday, or no, I'm sorry, yeah, next Wednesday at 3 p.m.
That's really some fly shit, man. Like,
It was.
let me start
man.
your vacation
Thank
off
you.
right.
Thank you.
No. You didn't. Not because of you.
Oh.
Because of them. Because the culture of them to be like, yo,
Damn, dog.
you came off this fucking
I can't
bus
be
that
on-
brought you here. I'm gonna hand you a beer, get you started right.
It wasn't a bus. It was a plane.
Oh, in the airport they did that.
Oh no, I'm just fucking with you.
Let's see what the fuck.
I'm just fucking with you. You said a bus brought me here. That's
Well-
fucking impossible, man.
The thing is they serve you liquor on a plane, so it's a very feasible story. You know what I mean? I
what's
thought that
fucked
you
up
were like,
now
oh yeah,
about
for
that
sure.
shit is so you get on the plane and they're like, oh, so for those of you who registered your debit card before, you can buy things on this flight. Everybody else just gets the compliment. They'll be like, what is it? It's like pretzels or like some whack ass cookie. Like, bitch, I don't want
Yeah.
that nasty ass cookie. Give me no fucking pretzels.
They used to give you peanuts. Ace Ventura be on the plane.
I don't know why they don't do
looking
that.
at-
No, those are sunflower seeds. That's
he-
why your ass is country eating them shits all the time.
I think he had actual peanuts. No, or maybe they were sunflower seeds.
You better enunciate a
know.
little bit more.
Peanuts, not.
I think he had actual penis, right?
But yeah, listen. The first time before I ever like traveled internationally, I was always under the belief that it was like The Simpsons. Remember when they went to Canada and he was like he gave him $1 or some shit to take his luggage and he was like, American currency. What time would you like your breakfast, sir? So I always thought that like it was so powerful to be have American money abroad.
At one point it was.
And the funny thing is, yeah, it's not now.
well,
though.
Mexico, it's still got some fucking weight. You go out there, they would be like, $1, thank you. No, I mean,
But I don't
they'd
know.
be appreciative.
I guess like I would have to know in relation, like what is the pricing like there, right? Like if you go and buy.
Well, apparently people don't listen. Apparently people don't make that much in Mexico. Also, so we went out one night, right? And so there's like in Cancun, there's like a strip where they got all the clubs, right? And it's pretty loud and popping, man. The motherfuckers be out there trying to get you like $40, come in. I'd be like $40 fucking dollars.
So it's a strip of clubs.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there also a strip club?
Well, they were advertising that too. I don't know where it was.
Those are the things you don't want to go and follow somebody to go and find.
Yeah, I don't know about you, bruh.
Mexico's still dangerous.
It's still it's well, it was cool there. And I was with 2 Spanish speaking people.
Anybody who I've ever spoke to who like even is from Mexico, they're like, yo,
Because,
stay on the resort, homeboy.
Yeah. Well, so we took that whole strip is like part of like the whole thing,
touristy,
right? So
yeah.
you go down there, it's a lot of tourists and shit. But we did. So I ended up meeting before we go into it. We met a couple from Oregon, right? Fred and Celeste, cool ass couple. He's Costa Rican, so he speaks fluent Spanish, right? But he also, when he was younger, used to spend a lot of time in Mexico, so he understands it a little bit. So we ended up meeting with them, and I'll talk about other stories probably, but we one of the nights after we went and me and Vivi did an excursion, we met up, did dinner, and then we went to the clubs, and it was cool. So the first one we went into, he picked, and we go. It's basically the entrance between 2 shops, and you go upstairs, or no, you go to the back and up these stairs, and you're like, it's like a local bar. Like it wasn't where a lot of tourists were. We were like maybe one of 2 groups of tourists, but probably just one of one, right? We walk in, it's a lot of locals, you can tell, and this motherfucker's dancing, like girls getting down with dudes like crazy, and some dude getting down with dudes.
Hey, y'all,
crazy.
look at them freaks getting down on the floor.
It was literally that. But like people like getting drunk. It was popping, but it was cool. But it was local.
Yeah.
This is Monday night, by the way. Monday night, these motherfuckers acting like they ain't got a thing to do. I saw a dude. It's like I'm preconditioned from living in Chicago, so we get in there, and it's like for a second I couldn't. I was so observant still, but by the time at a certain point, I was so observant, I realized that they were there so in their own fucking worlds. Like they couldn't give. I mean, I'm sure there's dudes there who are on some shicey shit, of course. But for the most part, it seemed like they were all in their own world. Couldn't care nothing about you. You know, this girl got her ass in this dude's crotch dancing, and he's happy, and he don't give a fuck about what you're doing.
See, that's usually where you got to be careful.
This guy in the middle over there, he looks like he's doing some pills, and he's just rapping away to whatever they got.
Whenever you're in a place where there's like fine women and then there's like men around, and they're probably like mean mugging, looking at you. Especially,
not there.
That's just what I always.
It wasn't
assume,
there, and that's what I would assume too, right? Because I'm like sitting there, whatever. At one point, when we were gonna leave, they all went to the bathroom, so I'm sitting by myself. I'm just kicking it, but I'm also just peeping everybody. And at that point, I realized nobody really gave a shit I was there. You know,
that's good.
Which is cool. Different, but the reason I brought that up is because we're talking about the dollar to whatever conversion you're talking about. And no lie, there was a menu, and on the menu it said everything 21 pesos, right? And not you get everything for 21 pesos, but everything is 21 pesos. Now I should say that's like $1, right? That's like $1. So everything was $1 on this menu. Like it was just a whole bunch of appetizers and fucking finger foods. And then they said for when the pockets are a little bit heavier, everything was like I forget the equivalent, but it was $2.50. Right? Like holy shit. A bucket of 10 beers cost $10.
You know, I always wonder if there's still places on the planet where you can go and like live like a king with like $100,000.
Mexico probably.
I'm sure there's other places.
At least for a little bit.
Yeah.
At least for a
Well,
little
that's
bit.
it. Give me like a good like 5-year run. You got a nice big ass crib. Got like
who said that? All I want
parties.
is a 5-year run. So
X.
yeah.
If I don't make it, fuck it. Let me die
in
near
that
done.
gun.
Yeah.
Let's see. DMX. He knows.
I
All right, go ahead.
I was trying to like keep some form of like information on current events happening because when we're in these little podcast lulls where God knows, you know, when the next week we're gonna record is, which I really fucking always hate.
It's funny because I didn't check. I wasn't on social media.
No, I mean
Nothing like that.
But I was on YouTube more.
It felt great. Mexico felt like a complete detox, and I got back, and my neck strain started hurting again.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is some bullshit.
That's what I mean. Listen,
You go on vacation,
Vacation is
and you
detox.
come back, and world just like, no, you weren't. Bam, right in the fucking face.
I'm gonna start calling it holiday. You know, I'm going on holiday.
Styles?
No.
Again, if you know,
Holiday vacations.
Can Holiday get some of this motherfucking paper?
So like,
Can I get paid?
I was going through a YouTube loop of just all these different, you know, rapper interviews and shit. So I was listening to Math Hoffa has one called my expert opinion, right? The one I was watching.
So where they're in the barbershop, right?
Yeah. The one I watched a couple of them, but the one I want to talk about is he had Method Man on there, right?
And man got swole, man.
Yeah, he did. He was with some dude, Real Deal. He's what's it called, a battle rapper.
Yep.
Again, if you know, you know. I'm not going to go into it. But so they were talking to him just about like some of his upcoming projects, whatever. They were talked about a lot, of course, because there's like a 3-hour shit pretty much. There's a lot to go into. We don't need to go into everything, but he did mention that How High 3 is in the works.
Okay.
I was like, cool, but hopefully
it's you and not all the motherfuckers. I like DC,
Yeah.
but I don't need DC in my shit.
yeah, I like DC.
Wait, was
too.
he in it? He was in How High, right? The next How High. They made one. I forget who was in it.
Yeah,
It was,
they made a How High too, but it was DC and somebody else. I forgot.
or maybe DC was in the next. I don't know. One of the next Fridays or some shit they did.
Actually, there was a different thing with him where basically Chris Tucker was like, if you play my son in the last Friday, I'll come back as Smokey.
Because he does act like Smokey.
Pretty much.
He does act like Smokey.
I didn't realize at first that he left
Holy
the
shit.
series because of like the religious role.
Yeah, he didn't want to curse or smoke anything on camera. I think something like that. So, I mean, that's cool. I respect it, but
I mean,
you
hey,
missed
Rush Hour
out on a
movies-
lot of money.
He came up with Rush Hour and made all kinds of money with Jackie.
Oh, he ain't gonna be in the third. Remember that one when he fell? Yo, Rush Hour is dope.
Then he also mentioned Method Man that he has a project with Havoc in the works.
Okay.
And I think it's like a full ass album.
I like that. I like the way that sounds.
So it's all right, cool,
You know
man.
me.
You know?
I love Queen's rap.
Some MET shit coming down the line. I'm almost finished watching Martin. He was just in one of the last episodes with him. You know.
Now we can finish watching Martin. But yeah, man. I was I don't know. I don't want to be here. I just keep thinking about it, dude. Like, think about it. So
He doesn't mean to potty. He
I got
means
yeah. We could
the
pot in
United
Mexico.
States.
We could do that.
He means Estados Unidos.
I got seasickness for the first time in my life too.
Damn, like a little biatch.
Little biatch, man. I was mad at myself. But okay,
Come
so,
on, man. You're better than that, sir.
So, right, like, can you do this? No, so in my defense, this was Monday we did the excursion, right? We took a catamaran to Isla Mujeres.
Okay.
You see how I pronounce that shit? Right. Anyway, so we got there.
I bet you still have people be like, yeah, that's not right.
Probably, but fuck y'all, man. I tried. So we took the catamaran, right? So this is the first time I've ever been in the ocean in a vessel that small. I've been in a cruise before. The cruise is
Describe
cool.
a catamaran for us.
Catamaran is like two pontoon like things on both sides. Like, you ever seen a Water World?
It's like you threw a boat on top of two rowboats, essentially. No?
No, it's just two big ass like, I don't know, man. Again, pontoon things, I guess. Like, you know how pontoons they sit on those two cylinders?
They sit on a... Yeah, okay.
It's basically that, but large as fuck. And then they got like open front, and then the front there's netting, but like obviously you could walk around it as well. There's a sitting place where there's mad seats. Anyway, first time in one of these motherfuckers, and to my defense, like I said, this is Monday, and we had been drinking since Friday.
Definitely got to hear your defense.
Right, and we didn't go to bed till like 2:30 drinking. Like I said, I woke up and I had my my cup of whiskey and whiskey Coke chilling on the nightstand. So I had been drinking till pretty much right before I fell asleep. So we wake up, it's like 2:30. I didn't get to go get no breakfast. I couldn't get no coffee. I couldn't
Get no satisfaction.
I couldn't take, and I'm sorry, but I couldn't take my shit I needed right after I drank and ate for so long the day before. So I went onto this cruise ship already way behind that 8 ball. Like, I was losing this game regardless, right? So we get on that beach and I'm
Stomach trauma
we're
already.
getting on that beach and I'm already like, God damn, yo, I don't know how I'm gonna last this whole fucking day.
Gotta blast the dookie.
Man, it was terrible, right? But that feeling went away because it didn't tend to. It ended up actually being more of a like indigestion.
So what you're blaming on it right now so far no longer exists.
No,
exists as an issue.
it was
Continue.
the stomach issue was like. It was like, all right, I could deal with that. The problem was we compounded it with liquor that was still sitting right here. You know what I mean? It didn't want to go nowhere.
Okay.
So I was sitting on that boat, and it rocks like this, like it's on that water, and you're just like, dude,
Damn.
they're
You
doing
rocked
this shit
the
on
boat.
purpose. For sure, they're doing this on purpose. I got pictures where Vivi has me, and I'm just like on the rail, just like.
I mean, it's the ocean.
She took a picture, and it looks like I'm trying to be sexy, but it's not. I'm trying to be
Or
trying
the
not
Gulf,
to throw up.
Gulf of Mexico, was that technically the?
I believe that's like the Gulf. Yeah, I would assume.
So I'm assuming that they probably like if they wanted to create that,
I
they
think
could,
it's like
but
it's
I
like
mean they're
half-
also still in the ocean, so it's like
that shit was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. They did snorkeling, and I wanted to go snorkeling. Going snorkeling. I really wanted to.
Sea turtle fucking season. Fuck for 4 hours.
It's amazing. No, I really wanted to, but like my stomach was kind of fucked up. And then when I saw what they did, I was like, that don't even look fun. It's like he said they're gonna be swimming for I forget how 300 yards or something like that, which ain't far, but in the ocean, he's like, it's like 20 minutes. I was like, you're swimming for 20 minutes. So we're going, and I'm like, where did they go? It's like we left them, and now they got to swim all the way back to the boat. I was like, nah, I'm good, man. So even though I love it, I'm not afraid of water in any way. Like, I'll jump in that shit and we'll have some fun, even without the fucking life vest, whatever. But I would have
Even
put
though
it
the
on.
ocean's scary.
I would have put it on.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't. I'm jumping in that water if it's, you know what I mean, if it's normal day.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here with some acid indigestion, and I tried to go into the bathroom, right, and throw up a little bit. But the bathroom and these little boats, it was so hot and sweaty in there. Last thing I wanted to do was
It was like a porta potty in a boat.
Last thing I wanted to try to do was throw up in that fucking thing and then not be able to flush. And then now who did that? It's the guy that everybody knows has some seasickness.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Dude was like, you should go, like, there's the, you can walk down some stairs and it's like level with the water. He's like, just go sit down there and throw up. I got to tell you, it felt good to sit in the water like that. I was like, man, I really want to go scuba diving. But I couldn't throw up. And here's why.
You need to get punched in the jejunum.
Here's why, maybe. Here's why I couldn't throw up. I'm like trying to like get it out, and I look up, and there's people looking down like. So like, yeah, I'm not gonna like. They're literally just like, what is he
He's
doing?
hanging over the edge like.
I look up and they're just like, "Are you okay, buddy?" I'm like, "I'd be better if you get your nosy ass the fuck on."
Who the hell's trying to watch that anyway, man? Fuck, people are
Weirdos, man, weirdos.
Like, look at that dude throwing up over there.
Fucking weirdos. But yeah, no, I mean, I can go on for days about the trip, so I mean, I'm not gonna. But that was one of the funnier.
Yeah, everybody's heard that you've gone on multiple tropical vacations in the last like year and a half.
In the last year, I've gone on 3.
Ain't even right, man. I need a
2 were to the same place, so I don't know if that counts.
It does count because you went there willingly both times.
I mean, I did, but they were the same time, same place.
Yeah, so but you
Actually,
were like,
same hotel too, same beach.
but you were like, yo V, these tickets are nice and cheap. Let's go again. That counts as a trip for
to the same place.
So doesn't matter.
All right. Well, I was trying to give
Still
myself
350.
some bail.
No, you can't. That's not how bail
All right,
works.
So
They don't even let you bail yourself out if you have the money in your account. It doesn't
technically,
matter.
I've been a traveling. I've been a traveling fool since we went to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Yellowstone was.
I guess technically that's a
Yellowstone
trip.
was the August prior to that, right? Then in April we went to Puerto Rico once
Yeah.
with a part 2 to it, and then
Okay, so then my 30th in that December we went to San Fran, and then August of that following year we went to Yellowstone, and then I stopped going places completely.
so you ain't been on a trip since Yellowstone, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I told you
and the
again.
trips are not the
get
problem.
your fucking passport.
The trips are not the problem.
Get
I told
your-
you, there's a trip and there's vacations. Trips are I'm gonna go explore, adventure, see the
listen,
sights.
Okay, I think
vacations.
All right, so here's what you
I'm
need to
kicking my
understand
feet
about
up.
what I'm saying. Every time I say trip, even though I don't say it, I mean what you're talking about.
No, I hear you, but like
I only
say it though.
There should never be. Okay, listen. Seeing the sights and all the historical shit is cool, man. And honestly, I don't mind that when I have that as the intention. But for me, there's
That's why it
nothing
is
better than laying on a fucking beautiful tropical beach at an all-inclusive resort, getting shit brought to you, and also just being able to go eat at a moment's notice all day.
To me, the reason why there's a difference is because a vacation is like get away from everything, right? To me, it's like I'm leaving the house that I live in, the city that I live in, the people I live in this house with, the places that I sleep in the house, the food that I eat from the. I'm abandoning everything, and I'm going somewhere to do nothing.
Yeah.
So that's vacation, right?
Right.
I'm going to a beach. I don't care where. Find your beach. whatever
Yo,
they fucking say.
and then your beach might actually be wandering cities, which is cool. That's not my beach. Also, if the walk counter on your phone goes anywhere near a certain number, you've done too much on that vacation, and it's now a trip. Make sense?
A trip is to go and explore. It's an adventure, you know? I'm not looking for an adventure when I go on vacation. I'm looking for an adventure if I go on a trip.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
The way I look
I'll
at
give
it
you
is
that.
if you go
I'll
on like
give
an
you that.
all-inclusive, right? If you go on an all-inclusive, that means that you plan to just stay there.
Yeah.
The resort where you sleep and whatever, the beach that you go and kick your feet up at, the bar that you go and drink at during the day when you're not in the water.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
No,
I need
listen,
one of those.
I had a ball the whole time. There's no everything you're describing is exactly what I want to do. If I can go back tomorrow, I do the same thing again.
Yeah, I often think there's so many different ways that people live life. And the fucked up thing about life, where life really fucks people up, is that you can only really experience one version of those things. You know, like people go and they live in areas where that's possible, or they make enough money to go and do that shit whenever the fuck they feel like it, or whatever it is. We get the middle class American experience right now.
Yeah,
you know?
well, of course, and that's the goal here. So for the low
The goal is
price
to
of
not.
$399.99, I will show you my big toe.
Oh, also, I was watching some other random shit. Some bitch was talking to some, I don't know. But on the borders of the podcast, it was like, here's my Cash App. Donate to us to keep the things going and
but
whatever.
it was a girls' podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, then that's the only reason that works.
Man, come on, yo. Nobody wants to send us.
You think we put a cash? Send me your Cash App, man. They will fucking chastise us. We are men asking for money. Listen, we can't ask for money with nothing in return. That's why we got to show them our feet.
This is the return.
Look it.
We provided you this for free for a long time.
I'm a new man after this vacation. Listen, you are. Listen, if you.
He's willing to do more things for money.
You will see my feet all you want. If you make it, go ahead. I ain't got no problems with it no more. I'm trying to go on vacations. That don't mean nothing to me.
I will attach a GoPro to both of my ankles.
You'll see my day. You'll see my day from the perspective of my feet. It's just walking.
And then the reels that you
You're
do.
gonna see the laces hopping up like
every reel, right? Like 2 or 3 steps on every block that you're on, and you can see the background changing of the shoes.
That's not a bad idea. I haven't been. I put a reel up the other day.
Well, you were busy in a tropical paradise.
Yeah, that shit.
know?
Honestly, no lie, we got no rain.
I see why Snoop Dogg be making them Corona commercials. You know?
It's Bad Bunny.
He's just chilling out on the
It's
beach.
me, Bad Bunny.
He was like, "How often am I on the beach?
Bad Bunny.
I just chill out on the beach." Oh, you know what? Just bring Martha here, and we'll just cook in like this beach house.
They seem like they just kick it on a normal basis. Hey, Martha,
they
you want
do.
to come over and smoke? Come on, Snoop Dogg. You know I don't do that. Martha, don't lie.
No, they do that. But they both be smoking all day, just chilling. I
Are
think.
you sure about that?
I'm pretty positive.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know, man. But I like Martha Stewart, and
Never seen a blue duck before, but
yeah. So I got to thinking. Well, you know, actually, let me go into the other artist or the other
I didn't get
interviews.
the chance to finish my shirt on my story on my shirt.
I feel like that might have been before we even like started
No,
deciding.
I'm pretty sure we started it.
Well, the time has passed.
It had a point. Adam won't let me get to it.
Get to the point.
It's a matter. It's literally. I think there's a strategy to buying these. You can't buy them your size.
So you have to go one size up.
You got to go one size up.
But anything that shrinks doesn't fit the same way anymore. It doesn't matter if you go.
I've
too big
stopped.
to start.
So for a long time, I didn't dry any of my shirts. Like anything I had was just hang dried. And now that they
It's a
got
pain in the ass because then you got to fucking iron it.
But the best thing about now is they got the steamers, and the steamer will relinquish all of those.
Stanley
fucking-
Steamer gets your home cleaner.
something like that. But no, I don't. But so, I've gone back to a lot of that. A lot of things I'm not drying anymore, just because everything fucking shrinks.
But I
high
mean-
quality, low quality, fucking expensive. Not.
I don't spend that much on my shirts these days, and like if I go and like if it's like a nice dress clothes outfit shit, then I will go and get it dry cleaned and have it pressed or whatever. But like otherwise,
I gotta do that for I gotta do that for this new wedding.
You know? Dude, there's gonna be so many weddings coming up.
Oh, but speaking of buying shirts and stuff, I've decided that I'm not buying anything if it's not for vacation anymore. I'm just gonna wear these same clothes I have, and all my vacation clothes are gonna be fly as hell. There's no, I don't care. Like I got dressed today for the pod, and I was like, this is not as fun as it is when I'm on vacation.
I don't want to. Well, yeah. I mean,
You wear less. Underwear is optional.
it's like
It's fucking great.
vacation in a way that you went is different than even having like a beach property like a Charlie Sheen style in 2.5 Men. You know, because yeah, you have the beach there, and you can go and lay out on a beach anytime you want and bring a drink. But you don't have just like a whole staffed up group of people with like basically a community.
There is nothing like
you can party there, you can eat there, you can whatever.
Nothing like
go out to like nice formal dinners there. And
I
shit.
will never book an Airbnb. No, I don't see the reason. I like to have a hotel.
If you go on a trip, that's
No.
the reason. If you go on a vacation,
well, it depends. The trip. See, I'm not one of those people that want to backpack across the country.
no, definitely not. But like when we went to San Francisco, for instance,
Let's go to
that's
one
my last
location.
trip that I can
we
reference.
Enjoyed it. Now get the fuck out.
Well, they first of all didn't have like all inclusives, obviously, right? And that's not what we went there for. There was a few things that people wanted to see, and I was like, all right, cool, sounds like a cool trip. 30th birthday, might as well go and like see some other place when we do it. But there was like 8 of us. Airbnb made sense, first of all, just price wise, right? And then we were like in an area where it wasn't like super far from everything, but because remember I told you San Francisco is like super hilly.
Yeah.
It just took longer. It felt like, the traffic is a little bit different. The way things flow there is different. It's not like Chicago's very unique, I think,
Yeah, I mean it's a flat land.
Flatlands.
I don't know. For me, I don't care for Airbnbs, and I guess specifically probably works more for a beach vacation because think about it. If we had an Airbnb and we went out to the beach, and every time we came back, we brought that sand with us, and we brought more and more sand with us, and we brought more and more. We didn't get new fresh towels. We didn't get none of that. It doesn't get clean. It don't get clean.
There
daily.
are also levels to the Airbnb shit. All right, because
Listen,
some
we're
people
talking about economical. We're not trying to pay fucking $600 at Airbnb.
Well, I mean, depends how many people you're going there with. Again, like it's all about cost, the opportunity cost.
And well, I don't know. I'm good. I think no Airbnbs for me. We did one. It was cool. But again, I just prefer to have a place that every time I come back, it's cleaned again.
I get it, and I respect it, but
Give
it's
me
also
some fresh
a bit bougie,
towels.
you know?
No, it's not. Give me some fresh fucking towels.
It is, motherfucker.
Free
What were you? Were you raised in a manor, like
in a what?
a manor, like a fucking enormous
MANOR?
Yes, that. Were you raised in some shit where
It's
you
like a manor
you were
of
just
what?
rich as fuck and they took care of you and you didn't ever have dirty motherfucker?
No,
you can live 3
that's
days
why
in a place where you
no.
gotta go and wash your ass to get the
Are
size
we
and
going
on
on
it.
vacation?
Huh?
Why? I know I wasn't raised like that. So when I go on vacation, I want to feel like I was raised like that. Nah,
think
fuck
it's,
that. You're crazy.
I think it's a little
You're
bit
crazy.
extra.
Fuck that. Fuck that. It may be cheaper, but it's not worth it. It's not.
I mean, I've done both.
Not when you're going to fucking places like Puerto Rico, fucking Mexico, like anywhere in the Caribbean, and you're gonna do beach days, and you're gonna do multiple. Dude, you know it.
House.
You come back with some fucking swim trunks on. That netting sometimes holds that nice clump of sand. You take it off, and you're
Sure.
like, "Did I just shit sand?" And
Have you gone to the beach and then gone to your house?
Yeah, but that's my
Okay, so
house.
how do you handle things then?
That's my house.
How do you handle things then?
You mean I gotta wash shit at the fucking vacation spot?
No, you don't have to wash shit.
So now it's just shit everywhere?
Go and put your fucking shake them
No.
out outside and hang them shits where the fucking shower
Dude,
is.
sand
Like
gets
ain't that hard?
everywhere.
Come
In
on,
the
man.
bed. The sand gets in your bed.
This is the bougiest
No,
take
it's
I've
not. Hell no,
ever
it's
heard in my
not.
life.
People will fucking agree.
This is like,
No.
I won't go camping unless I'm in an RV
This is
instead
a
of in a
different
tent.
story.
I
I'm
hear
talking,
you, but it's
no.
the equivalent
Dude,
to me.
there's nothing. When you're on a beach vacation, sand is gonna get in the bed somehow. Sand is gonna be all around. You're gonna be walking around and you're gonna be stepping in sand. Next thing you know, your foot's full of sand. You get in the bed.
This is an extraordinarily entitled
No,
take.
it's not. It's if I want to go on vacation, I want my vacation to feel like one. Not like I'm doing chores on my motherfucking vacation.
No, nobody's telling you to go do chores.
Okay, so if my shit's all dirty, like not dirty, but if there's sand in the bed, right now I'm just gotta sleep with sand in the bed the whole time.
Wash your ass before you get
Like
in the bed,
some sorta-
motherfucker. Like,
no, I'm saying like sand gets places. It's fucking sand.
So then, what you're telling me is that in a situation where you've gone to the beach, Lake Michigan, and went back to your house, then you've had sand in your bed.
I have to clean my house. I live there. I don't live at this Airbnb. I don't get what the argument is.
So, all right, you want everything cleaned, fresh towels, fresh sheets every day.
Yes,
That's
Hell
the main
yeah.
story.
Fresh towels,
All right.
fresh sheets, clean the floor so it doesn't have shit. Replenish my mini bar because it's all inclusive anyway.
Listen, I'm not saying that that's not great.
It's
I'm not
it's
saying
more
that
than
it's
great.
not,
It's more than great. It's a necessity on a fucking vacation. I'll be damned. I know people that do fucking Airbnbs and it's cool, but when they come to the fucking, they're like, oh yeah, no, it gets a little messy. You know, they only leave out how many towels. On a 5-day vacation, you take and you're at the beach, you're taking 2 showers a day probably, right? More than likely.
If you're
So-
going to the beach 5 days in a row, go to a place that's all inclusive and stay your ass on the beach. What the fuck?
that's what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, of course I'm not going to take the.
You're not gonna go
if
to the
all
beach.
inclusive.
You're going to okay. You
If
go
all inclusive is an option.
What are you
and
doing
I'm going to
if
be
you're
on a
going back
resort.
to a beach place? A beach town, Bahamas,
I never-
Dominican, all these. What are you gonna do but go by
Why,
the beach?
why is this the argument that you're making? Duh, no fucking shit.
Exactly.
If the all-inclusive
So you're
resort
gonna
is there,
track-
of course I'm
you're
going to the
going-
all-inclusive resort.
You're going to track
If-
sand back.
But Airbnbs are cool if you're going on a trip.
I'm not.
If you're going on a vacation,
I'm not
of course,
going
go stay in an all-inclusive
I'm not
resort.
going on a trip.
Why would I tell you otherwise? Don't ever do that.
I'm not going on a trip.
Go to the all-inclusive. But Airbnbs are cool because they serve a purpose when you're not on an all-inclusive trip.
Are you talking about on a
That's
trip?
what the fuck are
is
you
it-
talking about?
No, you were.
I think you're rusty from your potting.
No, I'm telling you that literally, the fact that anything that where you plan on being in a beach more than a day, like if you're 2 days in a beach,
I'm not going to a place where I'm going to the beach unless I'm in the beach for that reason for 5 days, at least.
So you're not doing beach anything.
I told you,
unless
vacation trip. They're different.
We've already said we don't want a trip. So why are we even speaking in that regard?
Well, then why are we talking about Airbnbs if they have an all-inclusive resort and I have a fucking place to stay? I'm not going Airbnb, of course.
So my argument, I was finding the argument that I thought you were saying you would even choose an Airbnb in that regard.
No, I'm talking about in a trip situation where I'm going to go explore and my home base is either going to be a hotel
so
or
Airbnb
it's going
is
to be.
not. I just want to clarify, and then we can move on because that means we were arguing for nothing. An Airbnb for you isn't an option in a place setting where you plan on being at the beach a majority of the time.
If I'm going to a place where I'm going to be at the beach majority of the time, I'm looking specifically for all-inclusive trips.
Okay, but regardless, it has to be a hotel. I mean, all inclusive or otherwise, it would be a hotel for that.
It's not going to be
reason.
otherwise.
Okay, that's true. But in a lot of these places, you.
Well, I'm just saying, for me personally, it's not going to be otherwise.
So
like,
like,
I'm
okay,
going to
in
a place that
like
has an
in
all-inclusive
Puerto Rico,
resort.
you for instance couldn't get all inclusive.
Then I'm not going to Puerto Rico
Oh, but you.
as a vacation.
But you want to.
No, as a vacation, I'm not going there. I'm saying that's a place that I would go. Hey, I'll probably go to the beach maybe once or twice out here, but I've never been to Puerto.
Well,
I've never been.
Well,
So
you
for
know what? I
me,
take
it's-
that back. I take it back. There is a lot of things you can do
For me,
outside
specifically,
of
I've
the
never
water.
been there before, so to explore a little bit, like
You'd
that's
get an
something-
Airbnb in there.
Yeah, I would do that.
See, it depends. Like if you're going by yourself, it's one thing.
But again, like all inclusive. If I'm going on a beach vacation, like if I plan to be on a vacation and I don't want to move, I'm looking for a place that has everything on the beach. I don't leave the beach. I don't have to go much
I
further
think
than
people
20
get caught
feet.
up in, oh man, it's so fly. Look at this place. Yeah, but what?
No.
Where's your-
Airbnbs.
Where's your maid, motherfucker? Because I got like 30 of them working
Well,
at my
again,
hotel.
that's
for
why I
me.
said there's levels to it because some of the owners are like serious about it, and they'll, especially since the pandemic started, they'll have it where they'll get it cleaned every day if you want. Like you can have that option. They have somebody on that they.
But that's more
Because
money,
if you
I'm
run an
assuming.
Airbnb, you have probably people who are coming to clean between customers every
That's
time.
the
anyway.
hope. That's the
You know?
hope.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can tell. If I get in there and it's just nasty, and I'm like, yo, you didn't have this shit clean, we gonna have a
And
problem.
that's another beef too, right? Like you don't know what, like you go to a place and oh, it looks nice, but what are the underlying issues that like is there water running properly? Do they got hot
But you
water?
got to understand just the culture of travel when it comes to like that kind of journey.
it.
That's what it is.
Nah,
you know?
I'm not trying to rough shit.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. Like,
Take me to Mexico. I just want to go.
so then, well, actually, we're at 50 minutes. Should we take a break now?
Yeah, let's take a break because I got more to talk about.
Yeah.
About this vacation.
All right, then we're gonna take a break.
All right, well, we're back.
So I
Adam's
was
theory is trash, but it's okay.
I was watching a Breakfast Club interview with Marlon Wayans.
Oh yeah, I saw when he was talking about the
Charlemagne was not there for this particular.
why they beef.
No,
Okay.
I don't think so, but he just wasn't there. So they were just asking him about like whatever, like Marlon Wayans just getting on some shit. I think he turned 50 recently, so he just got whatever. But he also has a new special out on HBO Max. It is the Headliners or something like that. I think the Headliners, pretty positive is the name. But basically, the idea is that he's gone to a lot of places with a lot of these people, and they've basically opened up for him a lot. And he was like, they get the chance to be the headliner now. So the idea of behind the special is he is the opener. He'll get out there, says jokes, starts it like Def Comedy Jam type of shit,
Gotcha.
and then the fucking main act will come on after him.
Oh, that's
and,
interesting.
whatever.
I wonder what.
So he's like, they get.
You
the
don't see
chance
many
to be
people do
the-
that. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. I've always been a fan of Marlon Wayans, the
Yeah.
whole Wayans family, really. But like, I mean, I think we're documented on this podcast talking about how the Wayans brothers is one of our favorite shows. No, he's always. I mean,
He played the same character in like who he is in real life, exactly who he played in.
no,
Wayans Brothers.
you're right. I think you're pretty right in that because if you look at the way he is, I mean, he's just very
Well, just
over,
like in that interview, you can tell because he's just very like animated. He's
animated,
very
over
hyper-excited.
exaggerated in a sense. Like
even at 50 years old now, like he's still like
very
got all that.
yeah,
energy,
he still got that youthful energy.
Yeah.
Like remember when he would pull himself through the lobby on his like in the pants and just
he would slide across. That's just hilarious.
man, I love that show so much. Such a great show. Me and Adam used to watch it. I mean, we've probably spoken about it, but we used to watch it together, and it's like it influenced almost the way we spoke to each other, and like not even almost, for sure, it's influenced the way we spoke to each other on a daily basis.
It's funny because he kind of alluded to the idea that like he's like I have a famous family, like everybody in there. Like he talked about like Keenan opening the doors and everybody pretty much like being able to get in because of that in a way. He's like, but what you guys didn't have to think about in that regard is that like I'm like number 18 or something like that. Like so in order for me to kind of set myself apart, he's like, it didn't help me get roles, like they kind of expected more out of me type of thing, and I had to kind of deliver differently. And I mean, obviously he has the genes, like his family is a very.
They're all funny similarly, but very differently as well.
And he talked about too, like how Damon Wayans Jr. like came out and then like just like they've been able to come out and do things differently and be successful at it. And
right, but you
even
still
though you
see
have
them
the name
within the Wayans brand to some extent. And if you don't
It
know
helps.
that, if their acting isn't that, their facial features will tell you that 100%.
for sure,
100%.
That fucking bloodline is strong, man. They're like all of them look alike.
A lot. They got like the same noses and shit, like ears.
Yeah, man. But great, fucking always entertaining, And they were talking about white chicks, and he's like, there's first of all, of course, a legion of people who wanted to cancel him after that for a while, whatever.
Of course.
He's like, but there's like, I never really saw like the reason, like, of course he loved the movie. He's like, but we had like fucking Don't Be a Menace and shit like that, and like things that I would really expect to be like the bigger ones that we're known for. He's like, White Chicks is one of the ones that they put us up there for, And he's like, I always get asked if like they're gonna do like a sequel and la da da. He's like, we were going to do a sequel, and I would be open to it. He's like, but, and it's not to sound whatever greedy. He's like, but I want what I'm worth now. He's like, I know what we put into the first movie, and what we got paid out of it. What came out of it. He's like one of the biggest movies of all, like ever. I mean, like it was huge.
People quote that movie a lot.
So he was like, in order for us to do White Chicks 2, you have to give us White Chicks 2 money. Like the budget for the movie has to be bigger. Like the whatever. Like everything has to. He's like, I'm not gonna do it and not do it justice.
Yeah. No, I think there's some respectful. You got to be respectful of that because I'm not a big fan of the idea that. So they always talk about how much Chris Tucker was going to get for the next Friday because they're saying that most people didn't get paid much off the first one.
Yeah.
Which till this day I don't know if that's accurate information.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they didn't get paid as much as maybe we assumed just based off of the success of Friday, but I'm sure based on what people's maybe expectations of the movie were. They got paid accordingly, right? Based off of the budget in itself, and you sign a contract based on what we think the movie's going to do. But I think that at some point, you look at like Chris Tucker, they were saying he was going to get more for obviously, like when he does Rush Hour, you get more for that first movie than the second movie, and everything basically exponentially increases through that time.
Yeah.
So I would say that there's reasoning behind that. That's true. I mean, you should be definitely getting paid for what your value is now, not back then. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yeah, no, I mean for sure. They're now like further established. They could have done 17 fucking Don't Be a Menaces, and it probably would have been great. Every one of them, you know, like I would.
They had enough kids for him to punch. He beat the shit out them little kids.
They have enough things to spoof.
I
enough
love
things
how
to,
they
like,
decided that while he's punching air, that's just put the kids in place of that, and then they look around and all the kids got their asses whooped,
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious.
and he just kept
Honestly,
going. Like he knew he was hitting them at a certain point, right? Like maybe the first one you were like, I didn't realize, but after like your hands a little.
Well, that was what it is. The first couple punches were just air, and then he was like,
beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, but I think like
Pops, you know you gotta be 21 to get in the club.
he's like, then the boats, I'm gonna be sporting them.
Lorenz Tate looks the same, by the way, as he's always looked in his life.
Hilarious.
Have you seen Lorenz Tate lately?
Yeah.
He looks like he looked back then in what is it? Waist Deep with Tyrese, which is hilarious.
And Game, right?
Huh?
And Game.
And Game. He's like, so can you tell me why this one has my name inscribed on it? He was like, oh, what? Fucking Game. He was in Belly too.
Yeah.
That
See,
was-
this is how we get carried down.
That was a terrible
down
movie.
Rabbit holes. You see that? You see how that
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
We did not start even at Lorenz Tate, and we still somehow got to Game. We were at the Wayans brothers.
We went.
Got to catch us and bring us back sometime.
Somebody
you know.
gotta do something.
Wow,
That's why we need like some sort of producer back there. Like, hey guys.
like Wayans brothers. Oh,
Yes,
okay, right.
yes.
But yeah, no, I mean,
Respect to the Waynes.
they should definitely they should make White Chicks too, but they should
I
get
don't think
what
they should make White Chicks.
they should make White Chicks too, but
No,
they
they
should get what they want.
Why
for
would they make
production.
White Chicks too?
He said that he was it took forever to do the makeup. That was one of the questions.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you can't make White Chicks too.
He said it took forever to do the makeup, and they had to be in it for however long, and then do their acting for the day. He was like, it was like an 18-hour day. He's like, I hated it. I hated making that movie.
I bet it did, but I don't think they could remake it now because of the fact that they're two black dudes and white.
No, he doesn't care though.
And that doesn't. To me, that I wouldn't care either. But
he said that they would do it for the right money.
I get it, and I
And they
appreciate
should.
that. But I'm saying in today's climate, they're not going to allow it. If I was him, I'd be like, yeah, fucking, I'll make that movie again. Shit was funny. I know what it's about. It's me and my brother. Why not? But at the same time, the climate of today's culture and all this cancel shit and everybody talking shit about stuff that they don't know nothing about.
That brings me to two ideas.
Okay, number one.
Number one, there are no safe places besides potentially your friend group chat. Right?
Yeah, but you got but you
Because, and that's the other part. You also have to be careful with the friend group chat. So, like, there's literally.
I would say in men group chats, I find out often I'm built differently, right? I don't do a lot of the like.
People make me sound like I'm a soulless person sometimes.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I'm like, yo, I'm not though.
But like in my group chat, you say
I love
something.
love, you know?
I love love. No, but in group chats, I think you're right. They're probably safe spaces. I'd like to think
It's the closest thing you can get to a safe
yeah,
space.
and I like to think
Because there's no more like
but I'm
barbershop.
gonna go ahead and say probably only for men. I just think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
First of
think
all, I don't
women-
like to be in group
women,
chats where it's
if
like
there's if there's a
girl in the
woman
group.
group chat, right? Like I feel like there's other group chats with group chats for that group chat.
Group chats are their own wormhole that I hate.
Did you hear? Did you
Yes.
follow that?
Yeah.
So to me, it feels like you can never say
It's a lot of like not backstabbing per se, but a lot of behind
Backdooring,
the scene
the-
shit's
yeah.
happening. Yeah.
I think in guy chats, everybody just says things equally fucked up and incriminating that like nobody is
And not even
nobody feels
necessarily-
comfortable. They're like, wait, he's got all this.
Not even necessarily incriminating, right? Like if you have a group chat with people, for instance, that you grew up with, and the type of slang that you used then, right?
Yeah, but
that you
even-
can't do, like just like that type of idea where you can't say certain things now, and not that you want to, you don't mean them offensively or anything like that, but like
Everything's
for instance,
taken
things
offensively.
slip up, right? Like you're used to saying words from the days that you grew up, and you can't say it, and
Yeah,
we have that.
We get
problem
it.
here.
We get it. Speaking of saying things and people that say things, and Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle got attacked by, was it a trans man?
I don't know if it was anybody in that community.
I think it was.
Because I just know
From
that
what
he
I
said he made a joke afterwards and said, I think that was a trans man.
Okay, then maybe if it wasn't, I apologize. But if it was, then it was. So, so there's a video of Dave Chappelle on the stage, and he's looking. He's got his microphone. He's looking at once. I don't know, stage right. So, because stage right is what you're looking when you're looking off the stage. So he's looking stage right, I think. And I don't know. It looks like he's confused, almost like when Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith. Remember, he was looking. He's like, "What's he gonna say now?" And then he got slapped. So this guy came out of nowhere, and he just speared.
And it's not a coincidence that those two events happened.
Yeah, they got him. Yeah.
Yes.
So this guy like speared Dave Chappelle. Apparently, he had like a gun that turned into a knife. Like,
yeah,
that was like.
But he didn't try to use it.
Yeah, I don't know
he had it.
What was the point of that.
But he was trying to tackle him.
So I don't know. He was probably going to try and use it.
I don't know how far he thought he was going to get.
So he tackled Dave Chappelle, which was
there's a lot of layers to this story.
They pull him out. They pull him in the back, but not really even in the back. They just pull him off to the side essentially, because in the video you can
mollywop his ass.
You can see them stomping a mud hole in dude's ass. Like dude got his ass whooped, but it's not like it's not like this is the stage. Right? And then there's like a curtain and they pulled him behind the curtain. They literally pulled him to the side of the curtain, and there's video of like shadows just stomping somebody to shit out. And it's so fucked up, right? Because you deserve it. Good for you. But
they said he had like dislocated wrists and like broken hands.
Did you see the video? I mean, the picture of him getting handcuffed?
Yeah.
So his arm is broken and it's like this. Like the way it's not supposed to be. And his hands, and
the way that this is not.
You know
good?
how your arm goes? It was the other way, and it was handcuffed to like the I don't know if it's a wheelchair or whatever the fuck they had him. And dude had a fucking big ass head. It looked like Martin after he got whooped by fucking Tommy Hearns and shit, and fucking
like he had boils on his face.
His whole face was flat. Yo, he got whooped the fuck. That's exactly what happened to dude.
That shit was, yeah.
And then Chris Rock came out. And
wait. You're going too far.
Oh, see, I thought that was
first. One of the people who came in to try to interject was Jamie Foxx.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So I read something to say because initially Dave Chappelle went out there and joked that what's it called? Bill Maher, fucking Bill Maher, Jamie Foxx, and somebody else got some licks on dude. But he said that was just a joke.
No, but Jamie Foxx was literally there.
I'm assuming he was.
And he got up there and he said like, "Yo, Dave Chappelle is like, you're a genius. He's like, you're one of our like elite. We need to protect you by all means. Like, we're not gonna let anything bad happen to you." And then he joked afterwards. He's like, "Whenever you're in trouble, Jamie Foxx will show up with a fucking sheriff's hat on." But yeah, so Jamie Foxx was one of the people who helped him.
That's dope. Because I didn't know that there. But it's just funny to me to think that Bill Maher took his like loafers and kicked dude in the face.
They really just were not.
And I mean, maybe they did, but maybe they didn't. Maybe because you can only see shadow figures where they pull them off.
Allegedly,
to the side. It's like
it's all alleged.
There's a skit on.
He broke his hands trying to spear Dave Chappelle on stage.
What's the skit? There's a skit on It Was Written, right, where Nas and his boy do some sort of like they shoot some dude, right? They show him running,
allegedly
running down. Well, in the skit, that's what's happening. So in the skit, so they're running, right? And they stop like, man, I got him. I got that dude. He's like, we got to get up out of here. He's like, cool, toss that shit. So when he said when he was like you would think he was going to throw the pistol far as hell. It was like, he was like, I tossed that shit. And you heard it. And it's just, and you see her just clanking right next to him. It was almost like, it was like in
Pineapple Express when he's like, smash it. And he tries to do it. He's like, how does somebody smash things? I'm rusty.
No, it's like, in Grand Theft Auto, where like if you let go of a weapon, it just drops. That's how it sounded, and that's pretty much what it sounded like. Like to me, it was pretty funny. I don't know, like so that's what I was saying. Like it's almost like when they said they took him off to the side. It's like toss that shit, and they brought him like literally to the side. It's like they left him on stage getting his ass whooped while Dave Chappelle continues to perform. Then Chris Rock comes out. Now I'm right.
Yeah.
And what does he say? He says something like, "Was that Will Smith?" Oh no,
that's it. Was that Will Smith?
Was that Will Smith? And then he said something like, "He was like, at least you got whooped by somebody that was famous. He's like, I got whooped by the hardest bleep that ever rapped. That's the funniest shit of all
Chris
time.
Rock said that.
Chris Rock said that.
but Chappelle didn't get hit by anybody who was famous.
Well, that's what Chappelle said that to Chris Rock. He's like, man, at least you got your ass whooped by somebody.
Right, well, you gotta,
and he was like, no.
I didn't realize. You got to say over when you're done, Brian.
Over. I'm gonna say it's over unless you don't say it's over, Brian. Over.
Yeah.
So basically that interaction was hilarious because it seems like Chris Rock is now willing to talk shit. Because I think he realizes that he's got like a lot of people backing him. Somebody's gonna whoop Will Smith's ass.
Will Smith is in India or something like that, I think, right now.
He's not even in a place where people are gonna be like can fight him.
The last story I heard with them was like they're gonna try to do some kind of weird therapy shit and try to salvage.
I would
their
knock her
relationship.
little bald ass out. Like she is annoying, man. I would get my sister and my mom or my like a
Will
cut,
Smith gonna show up at your house
at a cut.
He's like, I heard that.
Man, I will kick his ass down my stairs. Fuck Will Smith.
Nobody afraid of Will Smith. That's
Like-
why he fled Philly.
We heard it in the song, man. And it's fucked up because I got mad respect for Will Smith.
I love Will
But
Smith.
there ain't no way in hell I'm gonna just let him slap me and just let him walk off the stage.
No.
I would trip the shit out of him down that stairs.
And I hope it's something you got to understand. Whenever you're doing something and you're faced with your opponent and they're a stand-up comedian.
I don't know. I guess he had to be surprised because I'd have blocked that shit. Like fuck you, Will Smith.
If your adversary in whatever situation is a comedian with a following, no matter what the outcome of whatever your situation is, you lose.
Dude, there's no way
They're making fun of you.
So my reaction as Chris Rock would be like to block it and then see where he's going with it because I think he'll have nothing else after that. He would have thought he could slap me. And then it would probably end awkwardly. And then I would.
They could have at least got into like little slap boxing match, some shit. You know, like.
But Chris Rock is like 100 pounds lighter.
But he's from Brooklyn, man. But come on now.
But dude, listen,
everybody hates Chris. Had him growing up in the hood and getting his ass whooped every time he.
But we talked about his little shoulders. He's got little shoulders.
It's true.
Man.
It's true. But you can play defense.
I don't know if he's. I don't think he's that guy. We've watched him. He's not athletic. Listen. In my opinion, if I'm Chris Rock, even after the slap, I will proceed to berate you and your whole family on that stage till they get the mic from me, till they cut me off, or till you can find me and beat my ass again.
This is why they need to bring back Celebrity Deathmatch.
Fuck your kids. Fuck your wife.
This is why they need to bring back Celebrity Deathmatch. This is the perfect climate for it.
No, they should bring back Celebrity Deathmatch for real.
No, they can't really kill each other.
Why not?
Because it's illegal.
It's illegal?
It's illegal.
What if they signed off on it?
I don't think that counts.
Will Smith got the balls to go up there and slap
Maybe they got to get that notarized.
With like chainsaws.
They do it on camera. Does that count differently?
Fuck it, man. All I'm saying is that Will Smith was wrong, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just happy to see Chris Rock willing to speak about it more because as a comedian, his sharpest sword is his tongue. Right, like his best tool in his
So the pen is mightier than the sword. Damn.
But no,
things to realize.
I would go up. My next special might be 45 minutes of me talking shit about how your whole family sucks.
I think
the only one to me that seems normal is the older son, and I'm just gonna say right now, I think it's because Jada's not the mother.
Yeah, man. Probably.
No disrespect, but it's
the one that he wrote just the two of us for.
Right.
It didn't work out with me and your mom.
Right. But he wrote that song, and then it wasn't just the two of them. He lied.
That's true.
Will Smith is a fucking liar.
Yeah.
And he can't slap. I'll show you a slap. We talked about Nipsey slapping dude at the award show. Yep. That was a slap. You backhand the shit out of motherfucker if they disrespect you.
It's true.
He backhanded him in slides.
As only Nip could, man.
There's some very disrespectful shit that goes on in life, right? But to get backhanded like a full on.
There's a lot of great storytellers in the world. Who can make up that shit?
Who can make that shit up? No, I'm telling you, it's just like the August thing. Don't fuck cheat on me with somebody named August. Don't slap me backhandedly with slides on. I mean, if it's Nipsey,
I hate today's climate so much, man. There's so many awesome things that came out of the yesteryear. Like, all those things are like hindered now. You know.
He seems so sad.
Yeah, because like Chappelle could bring back Chappelle's show and do like a new Hollywood Stories.
I don't
type
think
of
he
thing.
wants to even bother with it. Like, why would I do that shit?
I know because he's discouraged by just people telling a comedian that he can't be funny.
That's the problem because now it's starting to get to the point where they're going to try to start attacking the comedians. Man, the comedian's going to have to start training. You see this dude coming, like, bam! Remember when Mark Wahlberg finally stole off the little kid in Ted, and he said somebody had to hit that little motherfucker, right? I'd have been that motherfucker to hit that motherfucker. I'm somebody.
Yeah.
I'll be like, let us little right in the forehead, and that's the end of him, right? So
But that works out differently in real life.
somebody. That's how I would be like if I was at some point. If I was a comedian, I would train, and then I would just watch him as he's coming, just two to the fucking face, bam, quick 2-piece. Watch him go down,
But see,
and then
Chris Rock talked about it in Down to Earth.
while I do the rest of my show.
Chris Rock talked about it in Down to Earth. He's like, big, not funny. Nobody wants to laugh at someone who could whoop your ass. Do you think that's actually true?
Nobody wants to laugh at somebody that could whoop their ass. Who's a strong? Well, Dave Chappelle done got pretty swole from his skinnier days.
I mean, listen, if you put
Maybe his
if you
cigarette
put Dave
smoking would
Chappelle
hinder his ability to beat my ass.
if you
but-
put Dave Chappelle in Chris Rock's shoes at the Oscars, do you think Will Smith slaps
Hell
Dave
no.
Chappelle? He was emboldened by the fact that Chris
It was
Rock's a
Chris
small
Rock.
little dude, and
Right. Oh, he's as little as my wife.
he's like, I can walk around, walk away looking like Superman after this. But right now, he was in India doing some soul searching and trying to dig deep,
Soul
and
searching.
figure out who am I.
That man is in hiding. He's like, I am not going back there.
Word.
He's about to become an international star in like China and shit, not come back. But they're not gonna let him. It's gonna be like, dude, in Tropic
like
Thunder.
Stephon Marbury?
Stephon Marbury, he's really chained by the Monstars. He can't come back.
He's like, and you'll lose all day for their entertainment.
Fucking no, Stephon Marbury is the epitome of somebody. They love him. He's got a play that he plays himself in. That's funny. That's funny as fuck. That's like
He did the smartest thing that he could have ever
Jam.
done.
So Nicky Jam, right? Nicky Jam. He made his documentary. I forgot what it's called. Fuck. It's something Phoenix. I forget what the translation of that is in Spanish. But his after it got to a certain point, he played himself in his own documentary about his life. Now I get that you only know your own feelings, but it's kind of funny to see you play your own self in your own documentary.
I feel like if you're playing yourself,
Nicky Jam.
you can get the real emotion out of yourself, you know? Like if you think about something that's like, if you tried to play somebody who had an emotional
I know,
moment,
man,
you know
but
what I
there's
mean?
something funny about
No,
you
trust
playing
me,
your
I wouldn't
life
wanna do it.
in a movie about your life.
But let's say that there was like a script loosely based on our lives. I would still like to star in it if we made it into like a comedy.
I think I would like to make a cameo and pick who we were able to cast as us. That's how I would like to do it. I don't want to play myself in a movie about myself.
Who would you choose to play you right now?
Man, that's a good question. Since I'm so awesome. Okay, do you have somebody you would play? But that would play you? I mean, we just threw it out there. Maybe Seth Green for you.
Hell no.
He's redhead.
Green.
He was like Scott Evil.
First of all, how is he gonna play me when he's like 30 years older than me? That ain't gonna work.
I mean, he's white with
That
somewhat of a
ain't gonna
ginger beard.
Oh
that
man, I
works.
haven't lived that part of my life yet. Like, it's to be somebody younger than
Well,
me.
he could play older you.
Stupid.
Well, okay.
Have like Zac Efron play me or
Zach
some shit.
Efron, maybe Zach Braff,
Listen, man, I don't know.
fucking JB,
That's something. JD.
JD.
That's something I haven't thought about yet. But the question just came to me.
Yeah, it's a pretty good question. I have no idea who. I don't know.
Have like Aziz play you or something.
Man, fuck you, dick. I'm not a small little Indian man.
Yeah, but with your little tropical tan, you can pass for one right now.
It's because I'm a brown man for my whole life.
Listen,
This is just browner. I'm not Aziz Ansari.
it's not just a preconceived notion. All right, I have the same mixed blood as you do.
You
and
ain't got
I am
no
a
brown,
few
though.
shades lighter than you are.
You were born with
That's what I'm saying.
no melanin.
It's not a preconceived notion that you're gonna just be a brown man because you're Arab. I'm not. I should be.
Well, you're
I
not.
feel as though I got cheated out of
Dad's
some.
always said
some
you've been
pigment,
adopted
you
my
know?
whole life, so
Nah, but that's not what
No,
happened.
that's not true.
He said I'm the milkman's
Nah,
baby.
you said nah, but
He said I'm the milkman's baby. It's a different story.
he must have been white
It's not
as
the same
hell.
thing as. Anyways, Aziz. All right.
you said what was the name you just said to me right now? You said you could be Zach. What is it? Zach Efron. Maybe
I
Seth.
said it's just better than Seth Green.
No, it's
Like Seth,
maybe
you giving
maybe
me,
Seth Rogen. You probably passed for Seth Rogen, or Seth Rogen passed for you.
I don't think that's
Yeah, it
true
is.
either.
You just gotta let.
He got a curly ass
I
head.
can't do his man. My whole shit is raspy still from this. I can't do shit.
He also got a curly head. I would take maybe Topher Grace.
Maybe that might work. Maybe Gyllenhaal.
No,
Yeah, after he went Brokeback, never came back.
I'm not. You got to let me choose.
No, dude. I think this is the fun part of it.
You just said that we got to choose who's going to play us. So I said, who would you
I
choose
get
to
it.
play
But
you?
the fun
That was
part
my
is
question
the
to
fun part
present.
is saying no and giving you an even funnier answer.
Nah, I don't like it.
All right, well, that's fine.
But speaking of Topher Grace, that '90s show, right? They started talking a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
I learned the plot of the show now. Basically, they gave it the Girl Meets World treatment, right? It's going to the main character is going to be Eric and Donna's daughter, who they named Leia. They love Star Wars, of course, and she's going to be visiting Red and Kitty, who are obviously her grandparents, for the summer of 1995.
That was a hot summer in Chicago, so I'm assuming it was hot in fucking Madison as well.
Well, yeah, Point Place.
Point Place, yeah, for
So
sure.
and that's exactly where it's going to take place. And everybody besides Hyde is going to come back and make like appearances, and I don't know. I'm not sure like the frequency.
I would assume it's probably going to be fairly frequent because Girl Meets World eventually started to have a lot of the cast be there more often, I think, because they realized people want to see that. And
Of
then
course.
Fuller House as well. Fuller House started with DJ and whatnot, with having kids, and
Yeah.
but then they started
and
bringing
Stephanie, who grew up to be a bad white woman,
She's all right now. So now she screams midlife breakup. Gonna
probably.
shave the side of my head all the way to the back.
Well,
walk around.
I'm not a fan of that on pretty much anybody at
It's,
all.
it's quite an annoying.
Like, yo, even when I shave the sides, I do it evenly on both sides.
Yeah, they just like dude, fade it. Do
Like,
something.
You,
Get a barber.
I know that Brittany went straight down the middle, but that's Brittany.
Yo,
You went
Brittany is fucking insane.
Yeah,
But
that's a whole nother story.
Let's go back to. But yeah, so that's pretty dope. I do hope that they start to bring people more and more frequently.
I think like you'll see probably more than anybody Donna and Eric.
Probably, but I think you'll
Those are
because
the
I don't
parents.
see. It doesn't seem like Kelso and Mila's doing much.
No, they're not showering. They got time.
Yeah,
on their hands,
they
you
a bunch
know?
of non-shower motherfuckers. We didn't talk about this.
They
shit,
had
though.
I think Wilder Valderrama put a
Wilbur.
yeah, Wilbur. Is it?
I don't know, maybe not.
I don't know. He doesn't. I don't know where he's from. Anyway, he wouldn't say it the whole time in the
That's
show.
a good way to put it.
But he put an Instagram post up with like wearing all the Fez gear and shit.
Oh, hell no.
He was like, yeah, and it still fits. And then he was like, whatever we put on the red, let's try this America thing again.
America. He's like, say Eric. Eric. Say America. America.
Another
hilarious.
great show, man.
Hell
That
yeah.
70s show was wonderful. So they tried to do that 80s show, and that didn't really work well.
Yeah, that was just a spin-off, not with anybody from the show. I think it works with the show. Sucks that Hyde can't be back, but he's obviously going through whatever
He got some
accusations he's got going on. So,
It's allegations because it's all alleged right now, you know. But
I haven't heard much in the way of anything about it, but
he's supposed to have trial starting in August, I think.
well, hopefully he gets through that. And if it's true, fuck him. If it's not, then fuck them.
And let's get him on the 90s thing.
As long as it's not true.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that being said, what you got on, man?
You know what? These shoes, I'm not 100% sure what they're called. They're somewhere in the vein of the
Space Jam.
Jordan flight world, right?
It's like a Space Jam look because of the green and the pink, like the Monstars.
Yeah, they're very like basketball-centric shoe, right? I wouldn't hoop in these probably, but I also haven't wore them much in the 7-8 years that I've owned them. But they're a Marshall's pickup for like $60, something like that.
That's probably that's back when you can get some dope things from Marshalls.
Yeah.
Now you got to be really, really lucky at like a Nordstrom rack, and you might find some
You can still find things at Marshalls. It's just less frequent now.
I remember them just having like the size 15, 16, 17.
Yeah, because I got like a
fucking shoe.
I got a few pairs of ones from them, like the cool grays and shit. So, but yeah, that's what I got today.
All right.
What about you?
Well, I have these.
A new frequent flyer.
What do they call these things again?
90.
Yeah, the Air Max 3, but I forget. It's basically like a crimson red, but I don't know exactly what. I forget what they call them, but they're that.
It's like an infrared.
It's comfortable.
Infrared.
It's summertime. It's the type of shoe I like to wear. So
summer. It's finally starting to feel a little bit like that.
Not saying that today, not so much, but apparently it's supposed to get 80, 90 Thursday or something like that.
Well, this is what's gonna happen, right? It's gonna go like incrementally up to like the middle of the week. It's gonna be like 88,
then
it's gonna just do a pyramid
it's like
thing.
a big ass roller coaster.
I don't know why it's doing that. It won't stop. It's like the middle of May.
Give us some summer, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, happy Mother's Day again to all the mothers out there. Thank y'all for all that you do.
Happy Mother's Day to our mother.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Flo specifically. She's better than the rest of your mamas.
Sorry.
It just is what it is.
Don't be offended.
Yeah.
Don't unsubscribe. We'll show your feed or something for $500.
I feel like you should subscribe because we show all that love to our mama.
Hell yeah, man. And your mama. God damn it. We just said
That's
that too.
still one of the
Not in a disrespectful way, but
one of the most wholesome of the Kanye West songs, you know?
Hey mama.
Yeah. So again, shout out to anybody who's new, who's watching, and anybody who
made it through this far, man. We appreciate
and if you don't want to watch anymore, well, fuck you too, you know?
Yeah, just stay subscribed.
On that note, I think we will see Dave back hopefully next week.
I mean, we don't. Where
we'll
in
see
the
what's
world
going on.
is he?
Every time I make a prediction, it's wrong.
Yeah.
So
generally,
we'll see you on episode whenever 136 happens.
It'll be happening. It's gonna happen next week.
Yeah, hopefully. So
for sure. All right, man.
peace.